All right, let's go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, we're going to go over macro to micro entries. So, do you guys want buy ideas or sell ideas? Let me know.
Bye.
Buys? All right, I got you. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, as market's dropping down, we're in a bearish trend right now. Bearish trend, right? Market's continuing to make lower lows and lower highs, right? So, let's just say market wants to go ahead and change character, right? Market wants to change character on us. This gives us confirmation that market wants to go ahead and head up higher now for a little while, right? This is our first confirmation here, right? So we already know trading the head and shoulder pattern that we want to go ahead and look for our lower low, our previous lower low, right? Only the lowest low in this area can be the head. So this area is going to be our head, right? And let's change this to blue. Blue will be our higher time frame, right? Blue will be our higher time frame. So we already have our setup, right? Let's just say, when we get this, market is giving us exactly what we want. Awesome. So at this point, we should be having alarms set. So let's just go ahead and put an alarm. Awesome. So now we're looking at the same thing. Higher time frame is coming to us, right? Higher time frame is coming to us. Boom. Let's just say that hit our alert. So this area just got an alert hit. Awesome. So we should already be looking for entries, right? As soon as market hits our entry, we're gonna go ahead and drop down a time frame. So let's just go ahead. So now, let's say this blue time frame is the 4-hour or daily, right? We're gonna drop a time frame or two, and we're gonna hop down. Oh, that's the same color. We're gonna hop down to the 1 hour or the 15, could be the 5, right? Let's go ahead and change this color. Awesome. So now the black's gonna be lower time frame. So let's just go ahead, we'll put it over here. Awesome. Right, so as soon as market gets into our zone, we're gonna go ahead and drop a time frame or two and see if we can get our setup that we're looking for, right? Maybe we haven't entered off the first touch, right? Maybe we haven't entered off the first touch, right? And you should be test trading anyways, guys. So from my perspective, how I like to do it, as soon as the higher time frame touches my zone, I'm gonna go ahead and get into our buy that's under leveraged, right? If we like to risk 1% per trade, this is going to be a 1/4% or maybe 0.20%, right? Super under leveraged, right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and let the market play within this zone, right? And now on a lower time frame, this is going to be macro right here. Now on a lower time frame, this is going to be the micro. So where I need to see the same exact setup. Let's go ahead and make that straight. I need a change of character right here, right? I need a change of character right here in this area, right? So as soon as we get this push and market goes and gives us that change of character that we need, awesome. Now we could change that, change of character, top, boom.
Hey,
All
Vinny,
right,
I got a question.
what's up?
So when you drop down to the lower time frame, because I work construction, so it's kind of hard for me like to be on my phone and like pay attention and like look at it. Do you normally get it on a lower time frame, like you see it, or is it like a hit or miss where you see it on a lower time frame, and then sometimes you don't?
Sometimes it won't be as clear, right? Sometimes it won't be as clear, and sometimes it won't come directly to your shoulder. Sometimes it'll give you that break and retest. So if you're, let's just say, let's make this purple. Let's actually move this out the way just a little bit so it could be slightly clear. All right, cool. So now let's just say, boom, we got in, we're at work, or we haven't got in yet, we're at work, we got notified, right? And we're looking for this, right? This needs change of character that we just changed. This needs to be an alert, right? We need to change that to once per bar close. So as soon as the bar closes above, we're gonna get notified, and we need to change this to crossing up. So as soon as a candle breaks and closes above that, we will get notified. Right now, I know you work construction, so there's gonna be plays you may miss, right? But if you can, I would set a limit, whether it's a break and retest or that right shoulder. So whether you take the break and retest entry, and now your stop loss is below this zone, below this head, right? Because now you should be on a lower time frame. You should be risking less pips, but at the same time, you're still calculating risk, right? You can have it like that with the break and retest to make sure you're in while you're at work, or you can go ahead and set it down here with your stop loss below the head, and we can still take that as a right shoulder. But on lower time frames, it may not give you that right shoulder, right? So again, the entries I show you guys are the break and retests, the right shoulder, and the starting points. So if you could find those on the time frame that you're looking at, those are your points of entry. Does that make sense? Awesome. Yeah? All right, cool. All right. So, and because I work during the day too, obviously. So there's days where I don't even look for the lower time frame. I'm just gonna calculate my risk, 0.25%, right, 1/4%, and just wait for this to give me that push up, and then I'll wait for that higher time frame confirmation. Right, that's what I like to do. That's what I've been doing lately, just because I've been so busy, and trying to analyze a chart and cut hair at the same time is just not cool. It's not cool. Right, but if we can go ahead and get this, guys, right, we've already gotten our change of character. So now we've got this push up. Now the same thing I just explained to Miguel is we can take it off the break and retest with their stop loss below the head, right, targeting this same area, the higher time frame areas. Or we can go ahead, we'll stretch this out just a little bit, or we can use the right shoulder or the starting point, guys. We're looking for the same exact thing, just on the lower time frame, right? We have the big setup, the macro, and then we have the micro setup, right? So let's just go ahead. And we'll make this smaller because it's the micro. Oh, it's too small. All right, boom. Right, so as soon as market wants to come back and give us give us this play, we're gonna go ahead and take that. Boom. We're not even gonna question it. Why? Because it already gave us this change of character that we're looking for off of this zone. Right now, let's just move this up because I want to be accurate with this drawing over here. I want it to look the same. Right, so this micro setup, we need this to go our way. That way we can get this push up, so we can go ahead and break the macro pullback now, right? Because it's all about time frame by time frame, right? It needs to happen on the 1 minute to 5 minute, so it could happen on the 15 minute to the hour, so it could happen to the 4 hour to the daily, right? It all goes in time frames, right? So this setup may be right here on the 1 minute, right where the tippity bottom right here, the tip top. We might see this thing on the 1 minute. Now, if you're comfortable trading the 1 minute, do your thing. If you're not, stick to the 5 minute setup, right? If you're not, stick to the hour, right? Stick to what makes you comfortable, right? Does that make sense, guys? And again, when we're trading on that the micro setup, we're still targeting higher time frame. This is how we get those snipes, yes, but we're risking less pips for a better risk to reward, right? Don't mind me, guys. I'm drinking some tea. Still got that little itch. But this needs, I need this to make sense, guys. So if anybody has any questions, right now is the time to ask. Put a question mark. Let me know where you're confused, right? Because as soon as we get the break above this and we get this change of character, now we're like, oh, okay, the 4 hour / daily got that change of character. Now we got some real push and real momentum. So now we could just continue to look for continuation plays, continuation plays, continuation plays. Right? Does this make sense, guys? Anybody have any questions? No? All right. All right. Let's go look for some setups. If anybody has any setups they want to send on the higher time frame scale, go ahead and send those in. Something that has already played out. Something that has already been played out. Let's see. Let's take a look.
Euro AUD.
Euro AUD. Oh yeah. Euro AUD. Shout out to Long. Long called this out. Thing melted. All right, so this is a good example, right? We're on the 4 hour time frame. So we see the setup, right? We know what we want. At the end of the day, we're looking for sells, right? So again, you may test trade this, right? Under leveraged. We're not putting all our eggs in one basket on the first touch, right? Minimum 1 to 3, which looks like it already hit. Market drop. Boom, we hit that. Solid, solid, solid. Right? That's good movement. Now, we need to go ahead and drop down a time frame to see if we can go ahead and get into a play right here. Right there. So we have the macro setup, right? The higher time frame setup. Now we need to go ahead and see if we can drop down a time frame and catch this lower time frame setup now. So, oh, do we catch this here? Oh my goodness, that's barely missed. Barely missed. So there's a setup right here I can see on the 1 hour. All right, there's gonna be setups on multiple time frames, guys. So whatever time frame you like to look at, just wait for your confirmations. So we get a little poke above here, and I don't believe we changed character. Do we change character right there? And if we do, we might have already got it. Oh, we do. Let's go. Oh man, does this poke above? Oh yep, there you go. Long got it. I was looking for the head and shoulder. I didn't even see that.
Bro,
there we
sometimes
go.
you get caught up, and it, like today, like if you go this area right here, bro, is playing off this shoulder, and it played off basically this whole starting point, basically the whole block, and it's pretty good. You got pretty good movement reaction off that.
Nice. So boom, there you go, guys. Again, market created higher high, higher low. Market tried to go higher, didn't really. It kind of gave some like equal highs, more or less, but then we break below this structure, giving us a starting point. Boom. So you could have had it right there. Entered anywhere inside here. You could have, if you want it tight, you could have it above the starting point. You could have had it above the high. I know people like tight stop losses, so I could see somebody putting it right here. I think Miguel does that. And then we have this nice 1 to 3 smacking, right? So, again, we could target the same areas. Market's giving us movement, right? So now it looks like we have a 1 hour setup right here. Looks like we have a 1 hour setup right here. So look at how we have some consolidation. Market goes higher, and then we get that drop, right? So we do break structure to the downside. This is a starting point. Now, do we get the right shoulder? I don't think we do, but either way, it's a setup, right? Which is nice. Now let's see. This technically on this time frame would be the macro, right? Because this is the 1 hour setup. So let's just see if we can drop down a time frame to see if we could have caught anything right there. Boom. There we go. So anytime you see a setup on a certain time frame, that would initially be the macro, right? Unless you're honestly on like the 1 minute or like the 5 minute, just take it for what it is, right? But if you're at least on the 1 hour and you see a setup, you can initially drop down to 15 and 5 and wait to see the same exact thing. Market gives us a higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we need for market to break this previous starting point. Boom, we get that, which now it makes this last buying candle our starting point, and we have our right shoulder. Boom. So now we can go ahead, enter anywhere in here, stop loss above the high, and then we still want to target the higher time frames, right? So this is a 1 to 5.5 now, right? We still want to target the higher time frame lows. So boom, that's still nice. That's really, really nice. That's solid, like really solid structure with EUR AUD. Let's just see EUR NZD. We have the same play here, right? We have the same play here. These are two pairs that correlate with each other. You can see we get a low that's broken with the rally breakout. This last buying candle would be my starting point, and we can see that EUR AUD gets the shoulder and EUR NZD misses our shoulder, but we still were able to get in with our starting point. Now let's drop down a time frame to see if we can have got any lower time frame entry here. Boom, there we go. Now it's not as pretty, but it's initially the same thing. Higher high, higher low. We do go higher. Now we need market to break this low. Boom, we get that small little breakout rally, right? Small little breakout rally, which makes this last buying candle our starting point. So let's just go ahead and box that up. Boom, and then we have our left shoulder right here with our stop loss above the high and our entry anywhere in this area, stop loss above the high, and we would still like to target some higher time frame setups, which would make this a 1 to 5. Now let's just see if it already gave us a 1 to 3. Already gave us a 1 to 3. Could have partialed out half of that, half the winnings, and then let the rest ride. But do you guys see the setup? See what I'm looking at, right? Rally breakout, starting point / shoulder entry. Market gives us some profit. Look at the setup that we're looking at. Look at, oh my goodness. So on the 1 hour, it doesn't look as clean, right? Doesn't look as clean, right? We can see this is the big starting point. Now, if we drop down to the 15-minute, what did this touch? So if this is the low that was broken, this one candle became my breakout. This is my starting point right here. Now we do go a little higher, and that's okay. But maybe we don't enter off the first touch, right? Maybe we don't enter off the first touch. We're waiting for our confirmation. Why? Because we still have a higher zone up here and a big imbalance most people like to trade off of, right? So there's a couple reasons why you would take sales in here, right? So again, first touch, test trade, right? First touch, test trade. And then boom, market gives us what we need to see. It comes back to give us our entry, and then market drops. Is this making sense, guys? Can you guys give me a 5 if this is making sense? Both these pairs have really nice structure. EUR GBP. All right, let's see. EUR GBP. Let's see. Let's go up a time frame. Let's look at some macro. All right, just over here, I'm looking at this right here. So let's start here. Let's start here. Let's see. Let's put these on for you guys so you guys can see it with me. Awesome. So now we have lower low. Right, market pulls back, gives me a lower high. We go lower, right? So in order to change character on the weekly time frame, we need to break above these dots, right? We need to break above this previous lower high. We get that, right? We get that. So now look at, where's my starting point. It's right here. The last selling candle before the rally breakout. Now it's a one candle, but it's still a candle. Notice how it gets respect off of it, right? So now where's my inverted shoulder? Right here, with my stop loss at the low. So this is the macro setup now. So if market ever wants to come in between this gray box, I would be looking for some buys, right? But now let's just see where market's at right now. Right, we get some opportunities. Notice how we do get stop loss when market comes back, but it never breaks and closes below, and we never get this right shoulder, which means we could still be looking for buys in this area, right? But nonetheless, notice how it gets respected, and then, oops, not from there. It gets respected, and we get a massive rally breakout, right? Massive rally breakout. So now we move this starting point right here. Right, we move that starting point right there. Awesome. So now when we come back, market actually reacted off that zone. Right, market did react off of that zone. Right, gave us a nice push. Now the next zone I would like it to head to would be this inverted. Right, would be that inverted. So let's go ahead and see. Long was looking for some sales opportunities off the 4-hour time frame. And I could totally see why, because we're on the weekly, right? And look at how it's breaking structure. We broke structure here, and we broke structure here to the downside, right? So notice what it bounces off of. Notice how we do break above some dots. So now we have a new starting point here that it's respecting, right? So let's go ahead. I do like this area. I like this wick. Oops, that's a whole lot of crooked. I like this wick right there with the stop loss above this high. Let's drop down a time frame real quick to reanalyze. I'll be able to adjust it here. Why right here? Because notice how the black dots help me find the highest of the high, which is always going to be my head. So my head is going to be right here, which means my shoulder is always going to be my previous high, right? It's always going to be this one. So notice how if I pull out my little tool, right? If I pull out my little tool, or I can even pull out a line, we see black dots right here. Where's the highest dot? Right here. So I'm going to go from the highest wick to my closest body, which is that right there, which is not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. We have the shoulder set up. And then we also change character, right? We were uptrending. Boom. We change character. We change character. And we change character again. So now that we've identified the rally breakout, let's go ahead and mark up our starting point. Our supply zone. Nice. Let's go ahead, delete, delete, delete. We'll have an alert right here. Right? So now let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Notice how market is heading back up right now. So do we break above this? Ooh, yes we do. All right, we break above that. I would start looking for some continuation buys, because we do break structure on the 4-hour. Let's just see. Daily? Oh, definitely not on the daily. But on the 4-hour time frame, we do break above. Right, this is a rally breakout to the upside, and I see everything I need to see. Right, if this is my rally breakout, this is my starting point right here. And then I see if this is my starting point, and this is my low. Right, this is my previous low. This is my shoulder right here. The dots help out so much, guys. Boom, we get that rally breakout. Awesome. Awesome. Now, if market wants to go ahead and continue buying, right, this wouldn't be a bad area to buy. At least up here, which is already a 1 to 3. After that, we can go ahead and start looking for the next play, which would be the sell. Right, and now if market does disrespect this, guys, this would be an inverted violation. This would be an inverted violation. So if we have the shoulder, the neckline, the head, the change of character. Now, if market wants to go ahead, give us some profit, awesome, cool. Then news hits, boom. This was an inverted violation. Let's go ahead and take the sell to that higher time frame buy. The one we're going to be waiting for. That's way down here, actually. Way down here. Way down here. Right? But Euro GBP doesn't move a whole lot, right? So having that move, that'll take some time. But still, nonetheless, that's exactly what we're waiting for. We're looking for sales in this area. Now it's in the middle of no man's land, right? So even taking this buy would be risky because market is downtrending now, right? This can easily just manipulate and then give us this and continue down. Right? But nonetheless, that's the setup that we're looking at right there, which is not bad at all. And we actually just gave back with 100% of this bearish candle, which I think we can go ahead and look for some buy to sells. And that's not bad. That's not bad. Even if we're looking at it right here, notice how this whole zone is a daily / weekly starting point, right? Where did we break out of? Right here. So this last selling, or this last buying candle is our 4-hour starting point now. So now we've refined it, right? So this can be our first possible sell opportunity, and if it goes higher, well, we already know where it wants to head. Boom. I like that. I like that. And again, this is all higher time frame, right? This is the 4-hour. So if you guys want, because this is more risky, the buy to sell, that would be more risky. Look for pullbacks, guys, and let these dots help you. I'm telling you, let the dots help you. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. As soon as market enters your zone, guys, look for your dots. And it should look something like this. Look for your dots. Boom, we got the lower low, we got the lower high. Let the market give you that change of character on the 15-minute, on the 1 hour, and go ahead and find an entry so we can go ahead and shift the market up. You never have to be the first one in, guys. Never. All right, do you guys understand that? I just need, give me a 5 if you understand you never have to be the first one in. You never have to be the first one in. Now, if you're peeling back like some psychology, you're pretty much telling yourself you don't believe the strategy enough to work time and time again, right? Like you need this one because it's not going to happen again. No, let it give you that confirmation. Let it give you this confirmation here, because what's going to happen? Market always pulls back to fill something. You guys see it over and over and over again, over and over and over again, right? So let it give you that confirmation, and then as soon as it gives it to you, now you can look at something like this, to where this is your stop loss. Let's just, oops. This is your stop. Change this to red. And now your entry is looking something like this. And that's way better, right? That's way better. That's a way better risk to reward, right? And if you take an L right here, well, hey, that's a calculated loss, 1, and we knew that was a little risky, 2, right? So let me just throw this out there as well. 1, we should already be test trading first touches, right? 2, if this, and if you know it's a riskier setup, and we would have a higher probability weighting, right? Always under leverage a risky setup, guys. Always under leverage a risky setup. Don't just think because, oh, you can see everything that's in the market, you can identify a starting point, you can identify a shoulder, and you know what zones you're waiting for. Don't think market has to respect those zones. Don't ever think that, right? Word to Neri, market don't give a fuck about your feelings. Our job is to think in probabilities, identify the setup, take opportunities as they come, and identify the probabilities. Right? If you know it's higher risk, under leverage, guys. But other than that, this is what I would be looking for. Boom. All right, let's go ahead. We can try to look at some gold. Try to look at some gold. I know gold made some drops. Gold made some drops. All right, so let's just go ahead. Let's delete this stuff to just make the chart clean. And look at this, guys. I have this zone here, right? But look at what the dots are showing me. It's showing me consolidation. Right? Showing me consolidation. So I haven't even entered buys here yet. I'm waiting for market to give me one of these so I can go ahead and find a re-entry and take it up. That's why I have that line there. Right? I'm just identifying possible zones and waiting for confirmations. But let's just take a look right here. Let's just take a look. So we have the shoulder that we're looking at. We can see market changed character on us. Right? So let's just see if we were able to take any opportunities inside of here and inside of here on lower time frame. All right, I can see a couple. Right, and the thing about trading indices in gold is that the market structure is meant to fool you. Right, it's meant to fool you. So whether you like to wait for the safer zones or the more aggressive zones, that is totally up to you. Right, but let's go ahead and break this down. So the main I just want to show you the clear version first, right? Because you never have to make anything advanced. Like you never do. Right? Look at how markets give me higher high, higher low, higher high. So if this is the highest area in this, highest point in this area, this is my shoulder. So now if market wants to change character on us, it would need to break below this. Notice how we change character. Breakout rally. Right? This area would be my shoulder. Now, if this is a breakout rally, this area would be my starting point. So, you could have got in right here at the starting point. Take the sell down. Take the sell down. Let's see. So, where would I put my stop loss though? Now, I know some people like to put their stop loss above the starting point, which you totally can. Right? That already smacks 1 to 3 for sure. Right? Or if you put your stop loss above the head, this previous high, that's very, very loose on a lower time frame. And you only get 1 to 1. You never get 1 to 2. Right? So that is like, how do I say it? Yeah, I was gonna break that down right there. So I was trying to go over the basic first, right? So one, you have to see the easy setup first, right? And then once you see the easy setup, try to look for anything else that could be a possibility in this area, in this rundown, right? So notice how let's get this out of here. Notice how market consolidates and the dots are helping you because they're moving sideways. We get this rush up, and then we get change of character, break and retest, change of character. Right? So now we have a probability that's right here. Boom. And then let's delete this. In this area, notice how we do break below. So this would be a rally breakout, which would make this a starting point. So you're able to get into a play here. And now because we have these zones, we can use these for stop losses as well. So if I had this zone here, I could possibly have it above the starting point or right at my shoulder and take that as a 1 to 3. And that hits. Right? Now, market comes back. This play is already done. Right? Let's delete this. This play is already done and over with. That zone was touched. So let's delete that. And then we'll delete this. So we can see we have a shoulder here and a shoulder here. There's two ways to play this. You can enter there with your stop loss here. Minimum 1 to 3. You can see it takes an L. And then again, you could have your entry as soon as it touches with your stop loss above the high. Minimum 1 to 3. It only gives you a 1 to 2, enough to partial out. And move a stop loss to break even. And then, let's see, it hits break even here. Right, but as long as you can see the structure, guys, trust the structure. Trust me, trust the structure. Structure will always be king. Let's see. So that was the first touch. Now the second touch, we can see this is, in my opinion, let me see, where's this at? It's a lot easier on the 30-minute. All right, so notice, market consolidates, right? The dots are helping us find higher highs, higher lows, equal highs, equal lows. Now, as soon as we get that breakout and a massive drop, guys, let that, like, hello, let that be like a warning to you, like, yo, that should not happen, right? Market just buys up, then immediately drops. That's not normal, right? So let's go ahead and mark up our shoulder. And then because this is a rally breakout, right? That is a rally breakout to the downside. Where's my last buying candle? Now, it would be this whole green candle, but nonetheless, that's the setup right there, right? So whether you enter at the bottom or the 50% of that starting point, that's totally up to you. Stop loss has to be above the high in this area. Minimum 1 to 3, and we're smacking, right? Minimum 1 to 3, and that hits. Whether you enter at the 50%, which should be around here in this area, it's still smacking. Let's go see what long has. I looked at this, so I'm like, I don't know. Let's just take a look. I thought so looking at it, but now let's go to higher time frame real quick. Let's take a look. So long as looking at this, we do have an inverted setup. It isn't the prettiest to see, but it is. Get that change of character. Market bounces off a previous higher time frame supply and a right shoulder and starts trickling down, making a lot of liquidity to the downside. Right, a lot of liquidity to the downside. So all that right there is liquidity. That is liquidity right there. A whole lot of it too. Right? So we have an inverted shoulder. This would be the head. And initially, I would like to go ahead and take these highs. Right? But the thing is, when you go on higher time frame, and I like to look at higher time frame just to like give me an extra boost of confidence. So we still have a zone down here that market could possibly head to. This is an inverted shoulder on the 4-hour or daily, I believe. Right? So we can see market came down to this starting point, gave a nice rejection, which is awesome. Let's delete that. Now we have the setup right here. We can see, hold on, where is it at? Let's drop down a time frame. Let's go to the daily real quick. All right. Lower low, lower high, the low. So now this is my head. This is my shoulder. We change character. Market comes back to pick me up, and we take off. Right? And we take off. Now, after that, let's just go ahead and mark that up real quick. Boom, market takes off. Now, check this out. We have consolidation. Market picks us up, then takes off. Excuse me. Market takes off. Now, we got that rally breakout. Notice how we have a shoulder right here. Market comes to pick that up, right? Market comes to pick that up. Now, it gives us a nice rally, but it hasn't came to the starting point yet, though. Now, give me a second. Because it hasn't came to the starting point, it can still possibly go lower. Now, I do like how it respected this as well, because this is a shoulder, this is a head, and then we change character. So market does respect it, and we do get that push. Now, everything in this area is good. Yes. Everything in this area is good except for this starting point. It can still get touched because we have this shoulder that's good, and then we have this shoulder that's good, but we still have an imbalance, right? And a starting point that needs to be touched, right? So usually I don't really use imbalances in my like trading plan, but because I see a starting point and an imbalance that still needs to get filled, I like this play. I think it can slightly go lower because technically on the daily, the imbalance starts, let's just, from this red candle to this green candle. So from the open of this green, the open of this red to this wick right here, right? That's an imbalance. And notice how we never touch that, and the market creates liquidity right above it. Now it's still respecting structure, don't get me wrong, and this is why I like structure over imbalances. In my opinion, structure is always respected. Now obviously imbalances are respected as well, right? But if you're just waiting for imbalances, you could be missing potential plays, right? Now this isn't like, oh my god, it's the nastiest swing ever, but we're on the daily time frame. You're in profit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of profit, right? Notice how we have a shoulder right here with an imbalance right below it, and it's never touched, and then it takes a massive jump up. Now that's a nice swing, right? So that's why for me, I'm never just going basic just off imbalances, right? But I like this. This shoulder was taken. Excuse me. We do have liquidity. This shoulder was taken. We could delete that. This shoulder was taken. Now, I'm not really trading off of imbalance feel, but that does tell me market can go lower. And I can definitely see this starting point getting some respect on its name, right? So let's just take a look. If market doesn't respect this area, right? And this is another one of those things where, okay, this is a counter trend trade because market's been dropping for a minute on the 4-hour, right? So this can be a counter trend trade, which means this could be a high risk trade to where you under leverage a whole ton, or you don't even enter off the first touch and you're waiting for that lower time frame setup giving you this. Boom. Let's go ahead and get in now. All right, does that make sense? Long, let me know. Does this make sense, guys?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna wait for price action on that one to see if we get some sort of lower time frame break of structure. Because like you said, on the higher time frame, bro, it does make sense for it to go lower, and just been playing a lot of probabilities. But I think we can get a 1 to 3 out of that. I'll just wait on price action though, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Now let's take a look. We're on the 4-hour time frame, right? I can already see the setup that it gave it to us, right? You can see it as well. Look at how the dots are letting you know that this is your shoulder. Then you have the dots right there, which is your head. But let's drop down in time frame. Now we're at the 1-hour time frame, right? Check me out. Boom, this is my stop loss. Oops. This is my stop loss. So instead of risking initially, right, because this would be the macro setup, right? Now I know the stop loss would always be above the high, but I do teach you guys how to minimize risk with stop losses. Now this is the pullback. You can use this as a stop loss, and this is the last pullback that's above our zone, and you could use that as a stop loss, and then market drops, right? So you can use this and you can use this. Now if you're into tight stop losses, you could definitely use this one, right? But now, because we have this on the 1-hour time frame, let's scoot this over. Now we can use this. And let's delete that. And still target these higher time frame targets. Now again, just because I'm pulling my TP down there, guys, doesn't mean it has to hit TP, right? Market can do its thing, make us emotional, drop down, almost hit my area, come back up, feel something, then drop down, right? It doesn't have to hit my TP, so you should always be partially out. Always be partially out. But that would be another example of macro to micro. We have higher time frame setup, and then on the lower time frame we have the micro. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. Awesome. Let's go to oil. Yo, I'm so upset. For some reason, I didn't set an alarm. And I was like, bro, what am I doing? So let's just remove this real quick. Notice how market structure. Well, I was looking for sales in this area. Right? I was looking for sales in this area, and we get clapped. Boom. But I didn't really like it because of how the dollar was, so I didn't send it in. But your boy got clapped. So, you're welcome. I took the clap for y'all, right? But now market really, it's telling us what we want to do now, right? So notice how, I got you, don't trip. So notice how it told us what it wants to do, and now it's making clean structure for us. Notice how consolidates. So now market drops. Now we know we want market to buy now. Now where is market headed to? Boom, hits a starting point. Now it does get some drawdowns. It does hit stop loss, but it stays and closes above. So it's letting us know market wants to continue to buy. Whether you got back in right here, maybe not, maybe, but now it gave us confirmation. Why? Because we broke above. Right? So this would be my shoulder, and my stop loss would be down here, right? So you would be up right now, but I forgot to set a freaking alert. That's my bad, y'all. Bad, I'm telling you, right? You would be up. You would definitely be able to take some partials at 1 to 2, move your stop loss to break even. But let's just see. Now this is an hour setup. Let's just see if we're able to see anything on the 5-15 minute that can get us into something, right? That can get us into something. It doesn't look like it gave us anything yet. 1 minute. I usually don't like to drop down to the 1 minute, but sometimes you got to. If market's looking like that, you may have to. Honestly, it doesn't give us anything clear in my opinion, because confirmation needs to break above this, right? Which means there's still something that needs to get closed right here. That's our starting point on the 1 minute. Let's see, it's my demand zone. Now on the 3 minute, it's this one right here. Let's see, 5 minute, 15 minute. All right, so now it's saying on the 15 minute, it's this one right here. Awesome. Right, awesome. So we can possibly be waiting. Now this is a whole lot of imbalance, so this would be a nice mitigation play as well if market wants to come right back down there. Right, but missed that one. Right, you weren't able to get into a micro scale, but now we have a brand new setup, which is this right here. Right, my stop loss below the low. My stop loss below the low. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Now this is the 1 hour. Boom, 1 hour starting point. Awesome. I really don't have to drop down that low. Like, you can drop down low and then redefine as you go up. For me personally, the lower the time frame, I don't like zones that are this small. Like, I want a chance to get in. Right? I want a chance to get in. So now I have two potential zones. Right? I have my shoulder for a buy and the starting point as a buy. So now we have two possible opportunities. Now, for the shoulder, I know you can put your stop loss below here, but if I have an opportunity down there that's going to get us better risk to reward, you know, let's just go ahead and minimize the risk. I'll put my stop loss right above my second entry, and then as soon as I get stop loss, I'm going to get put right back in, still targeting higher time frame targets. What I'm targeting is, let's see, oops, the 4 hour supply, 4 hour starting point. Right, and that's just first target. And those are 1 to 5s, pretty much 1 to 6s and 1 to 7s, which is solid in my opinion. Right, solid in my opinion. That's the first touch, technically. Like, this would be the first area of interest. If market wants to come lower, I'm looking for this inverted. Right, looking for the inverted. But I would not mind these. Would not mind these at all. Right, notice how it's breaking down right in front of us right now. The last couple of nights, gold or oil has been giving moves at night. So all we have to do, maybe for London, boom, wait for this. For New York, possibly we can have a re-entry. Right? You don't always have to be the first one in. If you want to calculate risk, go ahead and do your thing. Right? But if you want confirmation, let market break and close above this. I would set an alert right now. Break and close, crossing up, and we're looking for this right here. Boom, that's what I'm looking at with oil. Let's just see higher time frame though. Higher time frame, it's definitely bearish, right? And we do have some liquidity down here on the monthly, I believe. Oh, I hate how TradingView does this. On higher time frame, yes, this is the monthly, but look where it's at right now. Right? Look at last 3 months, we've been bearish. So as soon as we break these lows, guys, as soon as we break these lows, bro, we're heading down here for way better swings. And if we pull out the fib, let's just see where the 886 is. Boom, we have it covered right here. Boom. Market wants to head down, let it head down. I'm not going to fight against it. I'm not going to counter trend trade. You know what I mean? All this looks like liquidity. See it for what it is, right? See it for what it is. Don't try to force any buys in anything that looks disgusting, right? That's liquidity. Give me my zones back. I want my zones back. All right. Boom. That is it. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let me know. No questions, guys? Let's see what the dollar has for us. All right. So, the dollar is rejecting off of internal shoulder. We do got some respect off of that. But we did break and close to the downside. Right? So I do have this marked up as a starting point, and I do have lower time frame zones marked up as starting points as well, just in case market wants to go ahead and disrespect. But I am looking for rejections off this area. If market disrespects this, guys, we're going down. We're going down. Now, if we get some drawdown with the dollar, don't be alarmed. It's okay. As long as we don't break and close below this red line, we're good. If market shifts, let's go ahead and find some buys. Right? Because look at this. This is what we called out a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, actually. We called this out right here. Violation. We hit stop loss. Market came back, took its sweet ass time, and then boom, we got a nice rejection. But now look, we have a weekly inverted. A weekly inverted consolidation on the weekly time frame. Boom, market sweeps liquidity, we change character. Market's coming down to come fill one of these starting points, one of these imbalances, or this right shoulder. Right? So, if anything gets broken close below this, guys, we're heading down. We're definitely heading down. Let's see, market. This is a higher time frame starting point. Maybe it'll head to that, possibly. But other than that, I mean, shoot. I think we would be heading down. Let's go to the monthly. Oh yeah, because the last monthly starting point would be down here, and realistically, all this is liquidity. And honestly, anything good with the dollar is just not looking so hot right now. So just keep that in mind, guys. This zone needs to hold in order to look for buys. Anything with USD in the front, USD JPY, USD CAD, USD CHF, this zone needs to hold in order for us to look for buys on those pairs. Anything with AUD or USD in the back, AUD USD, NZD USD, GBP USD, EUR USD, we would be looking for sells. Right? If market respects this, AU look for sell, GU look for sell. If market respects this, UCAD look for buys, USHEF look for buys. But that's what I'm seeing as of right now, guys. Just hold on tight. Just hold on tight. In my opinion, the real big moves are gonna happen when this gets respected or this gets violated. Right? Anything right now is just gonna create some liquidity. So just be aware. Right? Literally just be aware of that. But that is it for me tonight, guys. I appreciate y'all for hopping on. Like always, 26 of y'all always hopping on, ready for some value, always interacting, which I appreciate. And you know, with that being said, guys, let me know if anybody needs some one-on-ones, yo. Honestly, I want to go ahead and help y'all. Let's see. I see a lot of you guys on the call, and not a lot of you guys ask for one-on-ones. I hope you guys understand. I hope I'm doing my job. You know, if anything, that's what the one thing I'm hoping. Closed mouths do not get fed. That's the only thing I'm hoping, guys, that I'm doing my job and I'm helping you guys out. But you guys have a good trading week. Oh my goodness. Trade responsibly. Go ahead and send in charts if you need some confirmation, and I will see you guys on Friday. Peace out.